lists and their play. So that brings us to the grand final, which will be LignumVerus versus Daddywitch. The Magmar versus Kaleos. It's pretty unfortunate that we don't have LignumVerus' deck list, but it looks like they're playing Drogon Vaath. We've seen Drogons, we've seen Bounded Life Force. We've not seen Hard Removal. There's no Egg-Morph or Thumping Wave that I've seen, I think. They've got Rebuke, Plasma Storm, Natural Selection, Warbeast, Lava Slasher, Pterodon, which usually also indicates Greater Fortitude, I think. Because Pterodon Fortitude is super annoying 4/10 that also doesn't die to your Plasma Storm and can chew through your opponent's board by itself. We saw a Tectonic Spikes in a Mulligan earlier. But in the meantime, we can at least have another quick look at Daddywitch's deck, which is this, and have a think about how it might match up. Let's start with LignumVerus on the big screen because we haven't seen them in a little while, and we'll get to. I'll be paying a little more attention to what's in their deck, and so maybe we can have some more informed conversations during the second game. So, as an anti-Magmar deck, Thunderhorn is good. Thunderhorn matches up pretty well against Magmar's removal suite. There's Erratic Raptors in Lignum's deck, which are pretty okay in this matchup, but relatively soft to being Backstab. Like a Backstab plus a Gutatsu can kill one very efficiently, even without buffs. So although it's a big unit. Sojourner is great at farming eggs as well. So might be looking to get some value there. Zendo is really good against Magmar, especially if Lignum isn't running hard removal. They can clear it. So that'll be a potential way to sneak a cheeky win. That's about it. I do worry about the fact that Daddywitch's deck has a lot of cheapish minions that die to Plasma Storm and a lot of spells, which means there aren't that many hands that are truly resilient. Like there's some good, the Thunderhorn is quite good, the Zendo is good, but like a lot of the time if LignumVerus draws a couple of AoE spells, it's going to be a massively uphill battle. Most of these don't die to Rebuke, they just get heavily damaged, but they all, all the early game and quite a bit of the mid game dies to Plasma Storm. There's 4 units in the entire deck plus sideboard that don't, which is going to make things very difficult. The protocols are going to be a bit more useful here than they were in the last matchup, for sure. We'll see whether they actually manage to achieve much. Protocol on a Lantern Fox to like kill an Erratic Raptor and make a Phoenix Fire seems alright though. You can do that sort of thing. This is a pretty good looking hand. There's some awkward non-bowing with the Plasma Storm, but Plasma Storm is probably going to be good if you expect, Kaleos, sometimes they play nothing but big stuff, like Harmon Blade Seekers and things. Other times they are playing a lot of the little Backstab units, and those are very, very soft to Plasma Storm. They're also soft to Lava Slasher. Now both these cards are expensive, but formally, this is a game plan, right? We've also got turn 1, turn 2. It's pretty strong. We don't want to play Drogon on curve though. So I think the replace is you ship this. This is for later. I should probably ship one of these. Like you can play a Silithar. If you replace extra, you can hit Silithars and Rage Binders if they're in the deck, and Warbeast, which obviously are expensive, but they're really good against Songhai. So it's probably worth replacing one of these. Having seen Daddywitch's list, if I was in LignumVerus' position and I knew what I was up against exactly, I'd keep this. But it's hard to know that ahead of time, so I wouldn't. Like maybe you keep this in the dark, Because it kills like 4 Winds Magi and stuff if they're playing that. Even small LB sages. It's pretty hard to tell. Okay, yep, that's good. Just shipping the Drogon, keeping both these cards, recognizing that they're very strong. Got the Rebuke as well. There's a good chance that Daddywitch is playing stuff like... Well, Lantern Fox isn't that common in Kaleos, but a lot of the Backstab minions have higher health than power, so maybe the Rebuke isn't going to be that good. On the flip side, it's homeostatic Rebuke. It's, you know, very rarely actively bad. Daddywitch's hand is looking pretty weak after that strong opening. I'm not sure I like the positioning either. I think taking that monotile might be a bit too greedy. This is kind of also pretty greedy on Lignum's side. I mean, the Pterodon is not likely to die because it has so much health, but you are exposing yourself a little bit to, you know, positional trick plus killing edge and taking a pile of damage. There's a very eager MDS here from Daddywitch, but I don't know if it does very much. I guess you can kill the Pterodon with including the Phoenix Fire, which is like, meh. Actually, no, you can punch it and then Gatatsu it. That's much stronger. But this 2/2 is still going to die. I think you want to move forwards. I guess there's no inner focus in the deck, but in theory, I'd like to be able to play stuff behind the opponent. Bye, Pterodon. Not a huge fan of this line either. Lignum has a lot of options for killing these. As it is, they don't have a hand that can kill them both, but there's a lot of draws like Flash Mercantor, gets the clear, like Flash Lava Slasher plus Punch gets the clear. I definitely want to replace first here, LignumVerus. Like, you've got so many good options to replace into. Like, you can replace the Pterodon and then just like walk up to the top and cast Lava Slasher and kill the 1/3, for instance. And then play Lava Slasher again next turn. Or Plasma Storm. Or actually, screw that, you can just walk to the top and Plasma Storm. That's an option as well. I don't know if it's worth it compared to potentially killing more powerful units later, but, you know. Yeah, they're going for it. That's fair. And you think you still replace the Pterodon here? Because you can just play Haymakers for the rest of the game now. And the Pterodon isn't going to do that much. Okay, here's the punish, the drawn Lantern Fox. Oddly aggressive. Like, Lignum is still on plenty of health. That Zendo is a very good draw. And how do you replace the Pterodon? No, you want to keep the Pterodon now because you can hit natural selection. Although I guess the Raptor is maybe better if you manage to clear the board because it's huge. Interesting. Punching it and then playing the Raptor is okay, I guess. I mean, Lignum has plenty of health to work with. Should now replace the Pterodon. Yeah, that's good. Tech spikes, interesting. The spikes is not looking amazing here. Ha, nice. Do you Phoenix Fire the face at this juncture? You probably do, right? Okay, that's a reasonable thing to play. Don't play it forward, though. Yeah, okay, that's better. Easiest Lava Slasher in the world? Or War Beast? Lava Slasher or War Beast? Probably Lava Slasher, Bloodborne Spell, Attack Face. Yeah. End up with a 4-6 instead of a 4-3. Get a BBS activation in. Although that doesn't really do much. Having a 4-6 is nice though, because it survives Phoenix Fire. Makes it much more likely they're going to have another attack for 4 the following turn. Snap Zendo. Have to run away at this point. Don't make that mistake, yeah. So the Mercantor kills the Zendo here. Can replace one of the tech spikes quite easily. Although double tech spikes is a good way to kill your opponent. Maybe worth keeping one of them. Because you Mercantor this, they go to 4. And the next turn you can just tech spikes, and win the game. Even if your opponent manages to clear everything. Yeah, the Mercantor's comfortable here. From Daddywitch's perspective, how do you get out of this? What are you hoping to do? Like, Thunderhorn Protocol could kill them? But it looks like Lignum is playing around that. Very nicely done, very nicely done. Sojourner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of this has much of an effect on the game. Yeah. And LignumVerus takes game 1. You can do... So I'm just going to check something a sec. Awesome. You can do... Probably ship the juxtaposition, although it does help you get the Katara in to kill something. Kotatsu plus Battle Pando is a nice way to clear enemy minions. Like, you can ping the Pando, or you can attack with it, and then Kotatsu something else. OBS is alright. We haven't seen that many... I guess it helps deal with a Pterodon, an early Pterodon. Or a Raptor, if needs be. Well, the Raptor you can just attack and then ping it, so that's not too bad. So I would keep these, and keep this. Probably replace this, but I think you can make arguments for keeping it. I think you want to hit, like, you want to find Thunderhorn, bigger minions. Sojourner would be really good to hit as well. Something to do, basically, in the mid to late game. There's also the concern of natural selection, which is why having 2 minions to play so that your opponent has to actually deal with a Pando is quite nice. So Lignum has a Rancor down and a pretty solid hand. I would play the Katara more defensively. It seems good. This Rancor is probably going to die for free to Battle Pando triggers, which makes it somewhat awkward. But at least I guess Lignum can... No, that's a lie. Lignum can trade, right? You can walk up, attack the Pando, and then just trade in the Rancor. Natural selection, the Katara, and call it a day? Is that good enough? Like, do you want to... So I guess they're going to get the Pterodon into play instead. That seems a bit awkward too. Lava Slasher. If you can hold a Monotile next turn, Lava Slasher seems very good. I don't think I like this as much. Like, the Rancor is just going to die. I'm not playing the natural selection. How odd. That seems like kind of a passive play. Like, you could clear the board there. And then if you just natural selection into Lava Slasher into Lava Slasher, like, you just win. Because you'll just run the Songhai player out of minions. Whereas here, Daddywitch actually has quite a few options. Let's have a look. So we can Mist Dragon Seal the Katara, attack the Pterodon for 5, attack it with Battle Pando, or attack it with Kaleos, maybe juxtaposition the Rancor in and attack it. You kind of use up a lot of cards doing that though. That is a weird play. I think I would get rid of the Pterodon. It's not worth Onyx Bear Sealing it. It's not a massive problem that the Katara is far away, because obviously it can be blinked back in to do something next turn. But this seems awkward. On the flip side, the 0-2 is really good against natural selection. I think I would move both these forward, yeah. You can afford to go here. It prevents Vaath from taking the center. LignumVerus' hand is looking pretty excellent, but they do need something to do this turn, which they don't have. I think I would want to make sure the Pando is behind me if I was in this position, because you want to worry about another Mist Dragon. The Pando might die to this, but it's still worth trying. Excuse me. As it is, literally all Lignum can do is Bloodborne Spell Pass, which is pretty sad. I mean, fortunately, Daddywitch's hand isn't like the scariest thing ever. The juxtaposition is nice because you can get in a bunch of damage with it. I'd probably replace the Phoenix Fire at this point, because you need to find something, right? You need minions. You need more gas in the tank. If you could play a Sojourner as well here, that'd be great. You can kill the 0-2 with Kotatsu, but I wouldn't. No, this is awkward because now it exposes your minions to natural selection again. And I would replace this Phoenix Fire. Like, you need to find something else to do. No? No attacks either. Okay, well that's fine. No, this is good. Just cycling the Gotatsu and passing. Oh, that Plasma Storm's a good draw. Double Plasma. Yeah, I think you just jam the Plasma rather than Lava Slasher. Lava Slash is good, obviously. But getting rid of both minions is much better. Because Daddywitch has, like, no cards. I don't know if I'd trade damage here. I guess there's a Bounded Life Force in hand, so it is worth it. So now... Oh, the Calligrapher off the mana tile, that's pretty good. This might have to get... Oh no, I can get Natural Selection. Natural Selection plus Tempo Slasher seems fine. But the damage has kind of been done in a way. Just drawing a lot of cards here. Pandemonium. Twilight Reiki's pretty good here. Get a pile of minions off that. If Daddywitch has the time to cast it, which they probably will. So I think on Lignum's side you just Natural Selection plus Lava Slasher. Well, I guess you can Lava Slasher to kill it and play a Rancor. Is that what they're considering between? Seems okay, I guess. I think you're not limited on resources. I think getting the extra value play isn't massively important. Like having a 7 health Lava Slasher may be better. I do like the not attacking there. With Daddywitch having just drawn a pile of cards, you do have to worry about burn. Don't think I'd have replaced that. Deathstrike Seal and Pandemonium are way worse. So you can attack the Lava Slasher and kill it. Or Gotatsu Phoenix Fire to kill it. That is just going to get hit in the face. I guess you can blink it one further back. And just pass? Did they misclick? That seems odd. I guess they're saving the Phoenix Fire to try and win with it. But they do have to care about their own life total as well. Although they've drawn Thunderhorn Protocol, which will work out pretty well. Oh, Protocol with Deathstrike Seal, that's hilarious. So on Lignum's side, you have to be wondering why your opponent just did that, why they didn't kill it. Playing down the Lava Slasher. Playing a Lava Slasher there, that's fine I guess. Oh, I guess they're going to play a Rancor and hit face. Yeah. So this Thunderhorn Protocol is looking great now. Get in for 4 damage. You can put Deathstrike Seal on it to kill the 4/6 as well. I don't think they spotted it. You may as well replace this Pandemonium. Oh, no, they. You may as well replace this Pandemonium. It's going to do nothing. That is really gross. What now? You've run away a bit, I guess. So what does Lignum do? Place a Plasma Storm to start with. Probably Earth Sphere. You can do Natural Selection, Earth Sphere, Attack Face. That seems comfortable. And then win with... Oh, hello. That's probably better than Natural Selection. Although it doesn't let you Earth Sphere. Do you care? Like, are you worried about Spiral Technique, basically? We can do the maths. You take 2 down to 9, down to 11. And then can be attacked for another 2 down to 9, which kills you down to triple Phoenix Fire or some combination with those and Thunder Bombs. Or you don't quite die to a Spiral. So it's unlikely that you die, but I think it's reasonable to make the safer play. It's pretty hard to, especially after your opponent's attacked with a Calligrapher, it's pretty hard to know exactly what they could have. So this conservative play is, yeah, it's a bit dudlier, but I think it's good. I think this is fine. And now the Mechanitor is just lethal. And you don't have to like hope your opponent didn't have it because 19 is just way too much health. And LignumVerus takes it. Takes the win with Drogon Vaath. Well, congratulations to LignumVerus for winning another. How did they do in the last one? I can't remember. I think they played a different deck in the last one. They're one of the Swarm players. But yeah, props. Well done, Lignum. You got there.